Alright, so this is going to be a quick video to show you how these Dana 28s come apart. What I have is a complete one there mocked up on the floor that's mostly together. I have one spindle off on this side and we'll use that for demonstration. Then I have one here that has the axles in it, but it's just the diff. And we'll use that to show the C-clip, that holds the passenger side in. This driver side here is completely assembled. This is the spindle. You've taken that off of yours and it looks like maybe you've had some kind of explosion of that universal joint right there. That might give you a problem coming out the hole behind the spindle. So if we come over to this side, we can see that the spindle's been removed like I saw yours was off. And we're sitting in that tube. Now this is the passenger side. It has three shafts, three axle shafts. It has an outer, an intermediate, and an inner. You will only be able to take the outer and the intermediate out without removing the diff off of the axle tube. So here's where it'll separate. You can see this little boot. You'll have to take a clamp off of both sides of it. I just bend them until they finally snap and come off. And then you'll have to pull it off to one side. And you see it's just a spline shaft there. So then you can come over here and just grab it and work it out that hole. And you can see it separating there. And out it comes. So that's how that axle. This is the passenger side. Again, we have the outer, the intermediate, and then this one is the inner. And that one has a C-clip that holds it inside. And I'll show you on this other diff. Now on the passenger side, on the driver's side, because there is no intermediary shaft, there's just an outer and an inner. Once you pull that spindle off, you should be able to grab that axle and pull it out that hole. If you had catastrophic failure on your universal joints and things have ballooned out, you may have to make it small enough to get back out this hole. But they do fit, as shown on the passenger side. So here's the diff is off, sitting here on the floor, gears and everything still in it. This is the driver's side, and it just goes in and out. And that's it. It just slides in and out. Nothing holds it. However, when you blow up your universal joints, like this one's all locked up, when these blow up, oftentimes it's from a tire spinning, it's in the air or on a slippery surface, and when it grabs is when it breaks this, but it also will twist those splines there. And it makes it hard to get out. So, get yourself a crowbar, a pry bar, get it wedged in there, and work it out. If you have to cut that up, yours obviously is no good anymore anyway. If you have to cut it up, and get it out. Passenger side. Again, this one here is still attached. I didn't take the clamps off. We took the whole thing apart as a unit. So I never took these clamps off, and you can see they're still in place, and they're those squeeze lock style. I don't know if they're still available or not. I just use regular hose clamps on them after that. So once this one pulls apart, there is a little ring on the end of that. So when that goes inside the axle tube or the differential, if we look back in there, you can see it. And it has this little clip on it. And it's on the end of the shaft in there. Now you have to push the axle in for it to be exposed. Let's see if I can get a better eyeball on that. And it actually rides out there. You can see it disappear there. So once you got the differential off of the axle housing, and it's sitting on the floor. You push that in and you see it up here. Pull this little C-clip off of it, and then it'll pull right out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.